Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Tiff with Journal with Tiff, and today I will be sharing my pens inked for the month of February. I'm going to be documenting all of this in my ink journal. This is a Chic Sparrow cover in the Odyssey line, and the notebook is the Hobonichi Techo Day Free. And to document, I also will be using the stamp from Yoseka Stationery, and it's basically the image of the most common written statement anytime someone is, I guess, testing a pen. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Or is it the quick fox jumps over the lazy brown dog? I don't know. Either way, I really love the stamp, and I just think it brings just a little bit of interest to the page. So let's get going. As you can see, there is a slight theme going on here. So I am going to be using or focusing on some of my larger pens in my collection for the most part this month. I feel like my taste has kind of changed a little bit. And it's not that I don't like some slimmer pens, but I'm really enjoying the feel and the comfort level of a larger barreled pen. The one that is not is my Pilot, and I always have a pen that is inked in a very dark brown or black and a very fine nib, so that's why that one's there. The first pen is my newest acquisition from Bone Crusher 7 Studios. This is in the Periwinkle Agate. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I already have one, which will be next up in the lineup, but I saw this one posted, and I'm going to be honest, I'm normally not into blue inks or pens for the most part, but this one just really caught my eye. It's almost in person, and on camera to me it just looks blue. It looks like a pretty blue, but in person it's really a purpley type, like a blurple, I guess. It's a purpley type of blue, and it's actually periwinkle is the right name for it, I would believe, because the name of this particular colorway, since it is Periwinkle Agate, I think that it's named appropriately. I did get this in an extra fine number 6 Yovo nib. And I have this inked with Inkabara Midnight Blue. And to say, I really like the way it seems pretty wet. And this is my first time writing with this ink and this pen, so I'm really excited about that. So this is the Bone Crusher 7 Studio, and it's in an extra fine Yovo nib, and it's inked with Inkabara Midnight Blue. Next was the very first pen that I purchased from Bone Crusher 7 Studios, and this is in the pistachio color. I just posted the unboxing video of this a few weeks ago, and I can link that above. The background is a very deep green, and it has flecks of caramel chips, and I really like this one. So I did test it in a different color in that video, but I've decided to change the color to Inkabara Caramel since it has caramel chips, and I feel like this is in an extra fine as well, and it's just so comfortable to hold. This is a beautiful brown, and since the pen has caramel chips, I'm like, why not use the caramel ink? And Inky Bar caramel. I just really thought it pulled out the caramel chips in the pen. So, yep, I think that's going to be a nice pairing just visually. At the end of the month, we'll see how it wrote. Next, I have the Navalore in the Pen Realm edition. This is just a stunning pen. When I saw this one, I was like, ooh, just definitely have to have that one. Again, it's a special edition by Pen Realm. And I have this in a fine cursive italic nib, and it is inked with Ferris Wheel Press Goose Poupon. And I will admit that this is my first time using a nib that has a fine cursive italic nib grind. So it's kind of taken a little bit for me to get used to how to hold the pen, because I evidently hold my pen at a particular angle, and when I first started writing with it, it felt rather scratchy, but once I adjusted my angle, it felt much better. All right, so we have the Navalore, the Pen Realm edition. And now that I have figured out exactly how to hold it, this nib is just, oh gosh, it's so nice. I love just the distinctness of how it writes. And it is inked with Ferris Wheel Press Goose Poupon. And yes, I do like to match my colors, and I just think that's just perfect. Next is my custom hand-turned pen by Just Turnings, and this is in the opal blank. And to me, it's just stunning. Just the, I guess, chatoyance and all the different colors. I see pink and peaches, shimmer of it, and there's a little bit of hints of green. It's really, really nice. Always love this one. And I have this in a fine nib. If I can get this to, there we go. And I got ink on myself. And this is inked with Inky Bar. And it is in the brown pink color, which I thought was quite interesting. Is it brown? Is it pink? Let's get a little bit more in frame. This is in a fine nib. Brown pink. And that's just another reason I love brown inks so much, simply because, I mean, there are a lot, excuse me, a lot of people think that brown inks are just kind of boring. Personally, I don't think that, because there's so much complexity that can come with the brown ink. And there can just be so many different shades and levels and depths. So yeah, here we have the Just Turnings with Inky Bar brown pink. Next, I have F3 pens. This is in the Cool Toned Primary Manipulation 1. This has a fine nib, Fine Yovo number 6 nib. And I'm not the biggest fan sometimes of primary manipulation, but this color palette just really spoke to me. Depending on which way I turn it, I see more purples, I see more blues, but I just really liked it. And this is inked with, what color do you think I chose, blue or purple? Maybe I chose a purple, if I could get it out the mouth. But this is the Diamond Ink Vent Purple Edition in the Lavender Frost. So this is, I have 3 pins. In the cool toned PM1. Inked with Diamond from the Ink Vent Purple Edition, Lavender Frost. So yeah, I decided to go with more of the lavender purple tones of the pen this time. Next, I have the Navar Voyager in Tromso. When I first purchased this pen, I purchased it with a medium nib. It does have the rose gold finishing and nibs on it, but I just really wanted a more finer nib, so I did purchase and changed out the medium nib for the fine nib. So yeah, I did go online and purchased, get in frame, the fine nib, and I have inked this with Diamond Ink Vent Purple Edition Razor Glass, and it is a juicy wet ink. But it's such a beautiful royal purple. It looks really dark on camera from my end, but it is definitely a royal purple. And it is wet. Let's see, this is in a fine nib, and I am inked with Diamond Ink Vent Purple Razor Glass. Beautiful. It just really, I felt like this color really brought out the deeper purple tones of the pen. And lastly, the Pilot Capless in Whiskey. I did get this in an extra fine, and I chose this pen because of how fine this nib is. This is a Japanese extra fine, so it's extra fine, and it is inked with, it comes in like a gift set, what it looks like, and it's Pilot Iroshizuku Yamaguri. Sorry, I cannot get anything out today. So it isn't black, it is a chestnut brown, but with it being so fine, got a little something on my nib. With it being so fine, I'm fine with the dark brown instead of black this time, and this nib is definitely very fine. Extra fine nib. And it's inked with Pilot Iroshizuku Yamaguri. I love Pilot inks. They are so nice. And this, just the ombre effect of this pen is just gorgeous. So the darker ink with this pen just goes. And there you have all of my pens that I'm going to be focusing on in the month of February. I'm really excited about using this set of pens just because I really like the size of all of these. That's not to say that I don't like the size of my slimmer pens, but that's just my focus, my theme for the month, other than my Pilot Capless. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you have any comments, questions, or concerns. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.